You played by the rules they drilled into your marrow. You listened, you supported, you gave until your hands were empty and your chest was a hollowed-out cathedral of unspoken needs. You watched the ruthless take what you believed kindness had earned you. You watched the selfish celebrated while your generosity was consumed without ceremony. You were told this was virtue. You were told patience was a crown. But the world does not reward virtue. It rewards power. And your niceness was never a virtue. It was a suicide note written in the ink of desperation. Let me show you why your goodness was a disease and why the cure looks like cruelty to those still infected. The nice guy is not a type of man. He is a psychological architecture built on 3 foundational lies. Lie 1, that sacrifice is currency. Every act of niceness, the listening, the favors, the emotional labor, carries an invisible price tag. You do not give, you invest. You are not generous, you are compounding debt. You believe the world operates on a fairness algorithm: input virtue, output reward. This is the covert contract, and it is the most pathetic form of manipulation because it is self-deceptive. You have convinced yourself that your intentions are pure, even as you seethe with resentment when the invoice goes unpaid. Machiavelli would spit on this. He wrote, "Men are so simple and so much inclined to obey immediate needs that a deceiver will never lack victims for his deceptions. Your deception, that you are not deceiving at all. Your victim, yourself. Lie 2, that agreeableness is safety. You were conditioned early by mothers who praised your compliance, by teachers who rewarded your silence, by a culture that conflates conflict with toxicity. You learned that disagreement is danger, that boundaries are barricades against love. So you became a human welcome mat, lying flat so others could wipe their boots and walk into the rooms you were too afraid to claim. You mistake being stepped on for being needed." Nietzsche saw this pathology in Christianity's slave morality. The weak, unable to win in this life, invent virtues out of their powerlessness. Meekness becomes humility. Cowardice becomes peacemaking. Envy becomes justice. You have been baptized in this moral inversion. Lie 3, that vulnerability will be repaid with protection. You reveal your wounds, hoping for bandages. You share your anxieties, expecting comfort. You expose your throat to the wolves, believing they will recognize your trust and lick it clean. But the world is not your mother. It is a gladiatorial arena, and every weakness you display is an invitation, not for empathy, but for exploitation. The nice guy is not kind. He is starving, and his hunger reeks. Where does this abomination come from? It is forged, not born. The childhood template. Perhaps you were the good son, the one who didn't make waves, who absorbed the family's chaos so others could breathe. Your obedience was survival. Your sacrifice was your only power. You learned, if I am useful, I am safe. This is trauma disguised as virtue. You are still that child, performing for a phantom parent's approval, except now the world is your indifferent mother. The media lie. Every rom-com, every pop song, every Disney propaganda film told you persistence wins. Niceness is the key. Just be yourself, your supplicating, deferential self, and the princess will eventually see your worth. Robert Greene warned, people's minds are constantly attacked by the media, which has a set of ready-made formulas for how they should think and feel. You internalized a script written by corporations to sell movie tickets. You are living a narrative designed for consumption, not for conquest. The educational indoctrination. 12 years of schooling taught you that authority is to be pleased, that truth is found in textbooks, that questioning is rebellion, and rebellion is sin. You were trained to be graded, to seek external validation for every effort. You learned that your worth is reflected in the teacher's smile, the report card's letter, the gold star. Is it any wonder you now seek a lover's gold star? You are institutionalized. Let us dissect why this strategy is evolutionary suicide. The status algorithm. Humans are running ancient software. We scan for 3 signals in seconds. Resource potential. Can this person provide, protect, create? Social dominance. Do others defer to them? Are they uncontested? Self-sufficiency. Are their emotions internally generated or externally controlled? The nice guy fails all 3. His constant accommodation signals 0 resource potential. He gives everything away, leaving nothing to invest.
His avoidance of conflict signals zero dominance. He will never lead, never defend, never own the frame. His need for validation signals zero self-sufficiency. His emotional state is a weather vane spinning at the mercy of others' approval. This is not perceived consciously, it is olfactory. People smell it. They feel it in their gut before their brain can rationalize it. It triggers a deep prehistoric revulsion. This is not a mate. This is not an ally. This is a burden. The betrayal moment. Here is the true tragedy. The nice guy's mask cracks not from pressure, but from resentment. The moment his covert contract is violated, and it always is, the fangs come out. He whines, he guilt trips, he becomes the victim king. I did everything for you, he cries. And in that moment, he reveals the truth. His kindness was never kindness. It was emotional extortion. This is why people feel contempt, not compassion. They realize they were not loved, they were mined. Every favor was a data point in his psychological spreadsheet. Every moment of support a line item in a ledger of expected returns. And the universe does not reward ledgers, it rewards legends. The mirror effect. The human psyche is a hall of mirrors. We reflect what is projected. When you project need, others reflect back to stain, reinforcing your original wound. You become trapped in a feedback loop of self-fulfilling inferiority. You feel weak, you act weak, they treat you as weak, you become weaker. This is the nice guy's Holocaust, a genocide of the self performed slowly, politely, one yes at a time. This is not a makeover, it is a funeral followed by a resurrection. Step 1, perform the autopsy. Write down every resentment you carry. Every I did X, they should have done Y. This is your covert contract ledger. Read it, then burn it. This was never a record of virtue, it was a rap sheet of manipulation. Swear this oath. From this moment, I give nothing expecting return. I give only what I can afford to lose. My transactions are final, my generosity is absolute, and absolute generosity expects no repayment. This is Machiavelli virtue, real because it is strategically honest about its own limits. Step 2, install the sovereign's boundary. Boundaries are not walls, they are the declaration of your kingdom's borders. Start small. Someone asks for a favor that inconveniences you. Your old self would say yes with a smile. Your new self says, I can't commit to that. No apology, no explanation, no justification. Practice this until it feels like breathing. Every no is a brick in the citadel of your self-respect. Nietzsche, the noble soul has reverence for itself. Your boundary is your reverence. Step 3, develop your inner abundance engine. Your neediness stems from emptiness. Fill it with something that cannot be given or taken by others, a mission. Not a hobby, a quest. Writing a book, building a business, mastering a craft. This must consume 70% of your emotional energy. When your mission is primary, people become secondary, not unimportant but unessential. This is Greene's Law 16. Use absence to increase respect and honor, but deeper, create a life so full that your absence is not a tactic but a reality. Step 4, weaponize your no and your silence. The word no spoken calmly is more powerful than 1,000 yes's screamed in desperation. But more potent is silence. When provoked, when tested, when baited, say nothing. Let your stillness be your answer. Let them wonder what storms you have weathered that their petty tempests cannot touch. Machiavelli, never do an enemy a small injury. The corollary, never give a desperate man your attention. Step 5, transform your pain into power. Every moment of rejection you suffered as a nice guy is fuel, not for revenge but for construction. Use it to build your body, use it to sharpen your mind, use it to forge your will. The nice guy suffers and begs for relief. The sovereign suffers and transmutes. This is Nietzsche's Amor Fati, loving your fate because it forged you. Your pain was not punishment, it was purification. Step 6, the final inversion. The nice guy seeks to be chosen, the sovereign chooses. You do not ask for dates, you offer experiences. You do not seek approval, you evaluate fit. You do not wonder if they like you, you observe if they deserve you. This is the ultimate power shift. You become the buyer in a world of sellers. When you truly embody this, not perform it but become it, the world will not need to be told, it will feel it. People will seek your approval, not the reverse. They will respect your time automatically. They will assume you have options because you do. Your options are the life you built when you stopped waiting for permission to live it. You will be called arrogant, cold, selfish. This is the slave's last defense, to pathologize the master's autonomy. Smile and say nothing. The nice guy does not finish last because he is kind. He finishes last because he is a ghost haunting his own life, waiting for the living to acknowledge his presence. Stop haunting, start building. Your niceness was not a crown. It was a crown of thorns, self-imposed, self-punishing, self-erasing. Rip it off, let the blood flow. The pain is the feeling of life returning to dead limbs. From the ashes of the nice guy, a sovereign rises. Not nice, not cruel, just. Just in his actions, just in his boundaries, just in his indifference to those who cannot see his worth. The world does not need another nice guy. It needs you, lean, hungry, and finally, terrifyingly real. Rule yourself, the rest will learn to follow.